Anyways, this is just a little tiny review of Denton's online coaching and his boot camp. I've taken a one-day boot camp with him and taken about 6 months of online coaching. And excuse me if I just pause and this is a little shitty video. I'm really fucking nervous right now because I know he's gonna be watching this. And before I ever speak to him or something like that, I get really nervous because I've been following him for so long. And I kind of idolize him for a while, and it's I don't know. Yeah, dude, online coaching, I highly, highly, highly recommend it. It's definitely worth the price if you guys are on the border or on the fence. What you'll get out of it, in my experience, I've had two coaches. They were both dope, really dope. Hold on, fuck my battery. In my experience, coaching, what you're gonna get is perspective, and you're gonna just really understand what you're going through. You're gonna understand, and you're gonna be able to connect your emotions in ways that you weren't before. You're gonna be able to see where you're headed, depending on what your actions are of that day, that week, that month. And you could really see your sticking points, and you could really relate to Denton if you're the type of newbie who's kind of really emotional. Like, for example, me. I feel emotions so heavily, but he'll really help you understand what kind of emotions that you feel that are kind of holding you back. It'll give you just obvious. It's just you could also ask him whatever you want. If you have any questions, that's the coolest part that I love about it. I'm a guy that just can't stop thinking. So whenever I have a question, I just keep going. Honestly, I need to stop talking when I do calls with him because I need to have him do all the talking so I could absorb all that knowledge. But yeah, the consultation calls I highly recommend. I recommend you buy a few consultation calls, and then leading up to that consultation call, then you do a boot camp. It'll help you tremendously. But yeah, also you got to put in a lot of work. That's the thing. If you don't put in work, it's kind of a waste of call. So putting in a good amount of work really helps a lot. But it's really you got to do it yourself type of thing. But yeah, that's as much for the online coaching. There's probably a lot of stuff that I forget. I'm a really forgetful person. But in terms of his boot camp, you're gonna be sold. At least I was, because even though I've been gaming for a while and stuff like that, I never really was sold on game. I was how do people polling and makeouts and all this stuff? And once I take a boot camp and you see it with your own eyes, you see them in the flesh, and you see that they're all regular people and that it is all attainable. It's very eye opening, and it kind of, if you have some limited beliefs, it really breaks them for you. So the boot camps are awesome. It's a one-on-one type of boot camp. I highly recommend it. He generally really does care about you. Helps you out in every little way you can. For example, it's kind of hard to be a little bit vulnerable in this, but I know it's closed. I cried twice during my boot camp. I was in flow for so I went twice. One, I went out by myself, and then the second day, I was on a boot camp. But it was just so hard letting go. You have to let go. You have to really let go, and you have to trust. You have to trust the insight that he has. You have to be coachable. You have to take action. For example, there's stuff that I did that I never thought I would ever do that I did that helped me out so fucking much. I remember my hands were trembling, I couldn't control it. But then after the boot camp, I had the same experience, and just little by little my hands started less nervous. You start remembering things, you start learning patterns. But that's just one day. I really wish I was rich, that way I could just buy a bunch of them. I'll just reserve them as a coach one day, if I do ever make it that far. But in terms of his boot camp, dude, it's solid. Fucking solid. The shit you see, the shit you learn, is pretty fucking awesome. And I've talked to a good amount of PUAs. The main thing I love about Denton is that he cares. You could tell, when someone cares or not. Unless you're just emotionally blocked or something like that. But yeah, that's all I have for my little review. Let's see, how long is this? Yeah, if you guys have any questions, just let me know. I can't really think of anything else to give. It's in Las Vegas, so you'll approach a lot of girls. It's pretty fucking gnarly. Anyways, peace out. Take care.